I have seen Logan. Ah! 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 I need to work out.
Logan, what did you do?
Charles, the world is not the same as it was. Mutants. They're gone now.
I hurt myself today to see if I still feel.
I get why everybody's doing that in their reviews now. It's very satisfying. They like bite into your knuckles too, and they kind of like, if you swing too fast, they'll come out, so you have to like grip them tighter, and it hurts, and it just adds to the rage. It's great fun. Highly recommend it. Kind of like I highly recommend the movie Logan. Because by some miracle from God, this movie did not disappoint me. I'm thinking, I'm too excited. The trailers look too good. There's no way it's gonna meet my expectations. And it did. I just gotta like take a minute to let it all sink in. I have seen Logan. It's like, boom. It's like the first phase of my life is now over. I also gotta take a minute because I'm really out of breath. Because that was the hardest I've exerted myself in years. I am very happy to report that Logan is pretty much exactly like the trailer. It was exactly how it was pitched, and it was really exactly what I was hoping for. You know the basic premise from the trailer, so I won't waste your time, but you don't know why. So Wolverine he is healing, but he's healing very, very slowly, and his powers are very scaled back, and it's one of his claws didn't even come out all the way the first time. The reason that's happening is because of the adamantium. The adamantium is poisoning Wolverine over time. If he had never gotten the adamantium, he would have lived for basically forever. And that kind of fixes the plot holes, like why does he keep getting older in the movies? Because for about 100 years, you know, from the 1800s to World War II, he didn't age at all. And then he gets the adamantium in the movies, and then he starts getting older. This is a very, very adult movie, not just in terms of, you know, graphic bloody violence and language and a quick flash of boobs that wasn't really necessary but was admittedly brief. At least it wasn't stupidly gratuitous like it was in Deadpool. But just in how brutal and real and unforgiving this movie is like, this is not superheroes and bright colors and happy triumphant themes. No, this is a drama about two very, very broken, bitter old men. Just with the setting too, there's no sleek, clean mansion, there's no bright future purple lights with the machines. It's either in El Paso, Texas, where there's this gritty, dusty, sandy desert everywhere, or in the forest with, you know, pine trees. The look of the movie is fantastic, especially with the first action scene in the beginning. Just how loud the sound is when Logan gets kicked or stabbed or shot, and he like goes flying, and he'll go, ah, and he'll scream in pain. It's just like, ow! Which really brings me to my only issue with Logan, is that when he is slashing and chopping people up left and right, sometimes it's very shaky and it's very quick cut and it's difficult to see. This is the single most violent superhero movie ever made. And as you saw from the little intro, Logan is running around stabbing, slashing people left and right. He's cutting out their throats, he's chopping off heads, he's taking out pieces of their heads and they're dying and there's blood going everywhere. It is amazing. It is visceral. It is intense. It's full of rage and anger. I loved it. We kind of got a little bit of that in X-Men Apocalypse with the Alkali Lake scene, but that was still very PG-13. This movie finally, after 17 years, effectively portrayed the violent killing machine that Wolverine is. I like how in the movie they admit that that takes a toll on him too. Even the little girl who's running around killing people left and right. And Logan admits that. It's like all of the killing he's done is taking a toll on him. There are a lot of people in the hell right now because of Logan. And a healthy, hearty round of applause to Hugh Jackman as Logan in this movie. Because in all the other movies, Wolverine's, as much as we love Wolverine, he's been pretty much a two-note character. He's either like snarky Dick Wolverine, like, hey, bub, so you were always an asshole. You gonna pick all that shit up? Or he's, ah, ah, ah. There hasn't been a lot of in-between with Wolverine, but in Logan, he has so much range, and there are so many different levels that he hits. There are times where it's not just, you know, the killing rage of, you know, killing people violently, but there's like in-between times where this guy is just had it, man. Hugh Jackman gives the single best performance of his entire career in Logan. But Logan is so old and broken and beaten down by life. It's like, there are times where the guy can barely walk. He's so sickly. The 2013 Wolverine did this too, you know, with like taking away Wolverine's healing powers, making him mortal, really adding to the vulnerability of him. It's exacerbated a lot in this movie because he's not the like, oh, we got Wolverine on our side. If he's in a room with people with guns, he's invincible. He's just killing them left and right. No, this guy is weak. This guy is old. And like Mr. Sinister, the bad guy, says in the movie, it's really sad to see him like that. There are times where he's red in the face and red in the eyes, and he's like, this shit just isn't fair. Logan is pushing 200 years old, and he has had a life full of death and killing and disappointment and heartbreak, and he has had it. And from the trailer, it made it look like Logan was the guy who's like had it with life, and he's just beaten down and broken by it, and Charles Xavier is the one who's gonna help him through it and guide him and still offer sage advice. No, not at all. Charles Xavier is 90 years old, and he has had it with this shit too. Like Patrick Stewart was saying before the movie was released, is like, be ready, be prepared for a very different Professor X. We've had a lot of very different Professor X's. He's been, you know, the mentorly wise father figure, and then he's been the broken, beaten down guy who needs help in X-Men Days of Future Past, and now he's a combination of the two. It really flips that on its head, because now Logan is taking care of Charles. Charles is very, very sick. Charles has a degenerative brain disease and the world's most dangerous and powerful brain, and that is bad news. Charles and Logan's relationship in this movie is just so real. It's not like, oh, we're lifelong friends and we've been through so much together and we've bonded. I mean, there is that, but it like pulls a lot of the dark, depressing shit from Manchester by the Sea of all movies. It is not like, Logan, I'm here for you. It's like, Charles, take your fucking medicine. Fuck off, Logan. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Shut the fuck up. They are swearing at each other. They are yelling at each other. They are fighting. It is so real. It's like, that's what people would be doing in this situation. Even Charles, of all people, this guy with such a passion for goodness and kindness and compassion, is losing it, especially with the physical and mental disabilities he's currently going through. He's such a shell of his former self, and like I just said about Logan, it's really sad to see him like that. Between the two of them, the acting in this movie is incredible, and I'm gonna lobby hard for Academy Award nominations for Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart. The little girl in the movie is great too, because, you know, she's cute because she's a kid and she does kid-like stuff. And then there's like, you know, she's a project. She wasn't born, she was grown. And she's had to kill a lot of shit. So they really wrap that up into one character really well, especially with how quiet she is for most of the movie. The bad guy too, Mr. Sinister, I thought he'd be an annoying Weasley guy at all. He's not. He's a jacked up, well-spoken southern guy with sunglasses who just sits in Logan's car and has a conversation with him. The music too in the movie is amazing. There's a couple of times where it kind of echoes the Suicide Squad theme, you know, the bwam bwam, except it's not like all triumphant on a trumpet where we are winning victory. It's like on a violin, and it's kind of intentionally off tune, and it's just raw and full of rage, and it's visceral, and it's fantastic, and it fits the movie scenes perfectly. It's like, hey, after all this time, after a couple shitty movies and a couple okay movies, we finally get Wolverine right. And that's it. Hugh Jackman quits. He's not playing Wolverine anymore. That's the end of his career. It's like, Logan is not an action movie. Logan is a drama. Logan is a really intense adult drama. It's exactly what Wolverine needed. It's exactly what I wanted. And if this is truly the last time we're seeing Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, it could not have been a better send-off. I want to talk about more, but I can't. Spoilers. I am going to make a second spoiler video, but I mean, I don't see any reason to hold off making a score. You probably know what I'm going to say anyway. And I would say confidently, if this movie did not have the stupid shaky cam at the beginning, it would be a perfect movie. And I am going to give Logan a 10 out of 10.
I am still right here, and you could have it all. My empire of dirt, I will let you down. I will make you hurt. I will keep my
have time.
We got the first half of the equation. We needed Logan to be good, and we got it. Now we need it to do well. We need to show everybody. This could be such a changing point in superhero films. You guys know what I think of Deadpool, but if Deadpool making as much money as it did is the reason that Logan got made, then you know what, Deadpool? Thank you. Thank you very much.